It's about the season.
Peter, thank you very much. I'm really excited about being here. Obviously, my first time as a head coach. Been in this profession for 13 years in different capacities. So a kid like myself, growing up in Brooklyn, New York, having dreams of hopefully one day, having the opportunity to run my own program and be the leader, and to be able to do it at a place like Oklahoma State with so much great tradition from a basketball sense, where so many great coaches have graced the sidelines, all the way back to Coach Iba, who's kind of changed the way people coach the game of basketball, all the way through Coach Sutton's time with his 16 years of unbelievable success, 2 Final Fours, a number of other great runs in the NCAA tournament, all the great players who played in our program. And I just feel really blessed and lucky to have the opportunity to be there. Got a great administrator, system support. Really feel good about our team. I like our guys, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of this great league. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions that, as the season comes along, about my experience or lack thereof from a head coaching standpoint. And I'm looking forward to getting after it. So.
Okay, we'll take a question for Coach. Again, if you would please speak into the microphone and give your name and your affiliation when you ask the questions. Somebody's going to ask a question.
They don't have to.
Well, I'll bet they will. Towards the rear and in the middle, and then we'll come up to the front.
Jeff Porzello, ESPN. When the FBI news came down, what was your initial reaction? Obviously, it involved Oklahoma State, and that was, as a first-year head coach, just sort of what was that experience like?
Jeff, I appreciate the question, and I know that everybody wants answers to some of those things. Really can't answer much with regard to the investigation. I will tell you, just like everybody else in the country, probably in the world, when that headline comes across your phone, because I was on the plane that morning, I was shocked. And that's really the only thing I can have to say about my initial feelings and thoughts about it.
We got a question further up in the front.
Hey, Coach. Hayden Barber with Pistols Firing. I know, obviously, with Juwan gone, Leighton gone, there's a kind of a void with leadership on this team. I guess who are you seeing step up in that role?
Hey, thank you very much. Every team takes on a different personality, and obviously you like to have as many guys returning with experience as possible. And certainly going into my first year as a head coach, if I've got Juwan Evans to go practice with this afternoon, I feel a lot better than not having him. But Mitchell Solomon and Jeff Carroll, who are both represented here today, have been really, really good in terms of leadership, in terms of continuing to preach the message that it's always about our program and about our team, about every day trying to get a little bit better than we were the day before, and that they know that the challenges in this league are great, and that they look forward to trying to continue to elevate and build off some of the momentum that we had toward the end of last season.
We've got a question all on the far left-hand side on the aisle, and then we'll come to the middle.
Mark Cooper, Tulsa World. Mike, when the preseason poll came out last week, you guys kind of had a strong response, posting a video of Jeffrey Carroll crumpling up the poll. How much of a slight is that to you and the players?
Mark, thanks. It's not a slight, to be perfectly honest. Preseason polls really don't mean a whole lot. I've never been into that. I haven't read a single preseason college basketball magazine. Probably haven't done so since I've been a coach. I did it when I played because it was something that you enjoy reading about. Maybe hopefully somebody will mention your name. But it's not something I make a whole lot about. I look forward to every day going to practice and being excited about trying to make our guys better, going through that process of continuing to implement our system, continue to elevate our program from where it is to where we hopefully it can be, again, a nationally relevant program.
Got a question on the aisle on the left side.
Mike, John Helsley, the Oklahoman. Have you had to insulate your team from all the stuff that's gone outside of that and in the negative news? And has it been difficult to make that happen?
John, thanks for your question. I don't feel like I've had to do anything different, to be perfectly honest, with our team. Kids are pretty resilient, and really, for the most part, all they want to do is play basketball and go to school. And because of that, being able to get to practice pretty quickly after this all happened was something that was really beneficial to us, because we got back to being able to focus on the things that we were trying to focus on before this ever happened, which was trying to be the best Oklahoma State basketball team that we could be this year, and giving Mitchell Solomon and Jeffrey Carroll, Tavares Shine, and Kendall Smith, our seniors, the best opportunity to end their college careers on a positive note. And so that's the only thing we really focus on.
We got a question on the aisle right here.
Blair Kirkhoff with the Kansas City Star. Coach, with the losses that you've had, are we going to see Oklahoma State play a different style of basketball this year? Have you had to reshape the approach from previous teams?
Blair, thanks a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think every year you adjust because your roster changes. In college basketball, you never have the same team coming back as you had the year before. And certainly when you lose an NBA caliber point guard and don't replace him with necessarily a guy who's going to get drafted, you have to adjust how you play. But again, for me, it's all about trying to get Oklahoma State back to making deep runs in the NCAA tournament, trying to make the Oklahoma State fans proud of the product that they see on the floor. And we do that at Oklahoma State by being a really, really good defensive team. It's been something we've really focused on since I've took over late March, and it's something that we continue to try to build on every single day. So defense is something that we've really tried to focus on.
Got a question on the outside left.
Hey, Mike. Brian Davis from the Austin American-Statesman. Talking about the fans, it wasn't that long ago when Gallagher-Iba was the toughest place to play in the Big 12 in terms of rowdiness and full capacity and whatnot. But the malaise that has set in with the fan base, other than just winning, how do you reach out to them? How do you break through that? How do you get them to come back and see what you guys are all about?
Thanks for the question. We had an opportunity to taste that a little bit last year. I'm not sure it was the toughest arena to play in the league last season. We went up to Ames late in the year, and that was a pretty tough environment to play in. But all the places in our league, there's no easy wins on the road. But I think our fans just need to see that there's a commitment to playing the game the right way, to having guys that are committed to playing for each other, to having guys that are committed to playing unselfishly, and having guys committed to representing Oklahoma State in the best way possible in terms of trying to have success. And ultimately, the wins do matter. And so as you continue to try to win games, you'll have more people interested in coming to watch you.
This is going to be the final question for Coach up here on the left side towards the front.
Brendan Brzezinski, WIBW Radio. Coach, you have a little experience in the conference, but have you talked to any of the other coaches in the league to get a little info about what it's like to be a head coach in the Big 12?
Not specifically, and thanks for the question, Brendan. But we've met all a couple times since I took the job, and they've all been very helpful in terms of just offering support. But they're competitors, right? So, I mean, it's not like they're going to give me secrets on how to beat them. Those guys are all going to try to, teach me lessons as a rookie head coach, and I think we'll be up to the task from a competitive standpoint.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much for comments.
Thank you.
Good luck for the season.